Okay, come on, gentlemen. I'm on the way to church, and like the Bible says, redeem the time. So I'm gonna use this time to do another man talk. Thank you for joining me. And gentlemen, on the real, you've got to study the poetry of war. Yes, because the way Western society is going, it seems like there's going to be a collapse. And you've got to be able to think strategically and you just have to have the mindset that, okay, I've learned a lot from studying the poetry of war. And it would do you good to at least be aware of the wisdom that you will find in the poetry of war. Such as, of course, The Art of War by Sun Tzu, his grandson, Sun Bin, according to legend, The Art of War 2. Of course, the Book of Five Rings by Miyamoto Musashi, the Hagakure. You've got to read that. And when you read that book, watch Ghost Dog. That's how I came across the book, from watching Ghost Dog. Anyway, that's just like an introduction to it. There's a whole lot more. I have a library of books on it, but since I'm driving, I really don't have access to it right now. Now, Confucius said that a man that is well versed in strategy carries an army in his head. And gentlemen, the way in which men are being attacked and destroyed in Western society, it looks like it's being set up to be collapsed and that Western society is going to collapse and be taken over. Now, for the men who are quite comfortable with that, I ain't talking to them. I'm talking to real men who really aren't going to take being subjugated. You're going to have to be able to fight back. And like Confucius said, if you are well versed in the art of strategy, you will have an army in your head. Gentlemen, I don't know what's coming on the pipeline, but this attack on men and real men, and masculine men, smells like collapse is coming to justify an invasion. Maybe not literally or figuratively. I don't know what it is, but this destruction of the male principle is very, very, very disconcerting. And as men, we cannot be ignorant. And as men, our job is to provide and protect. And you cannot protect just throwing punches wild. You've got to be strategic. And Sun Tzu said that in times of war, you prepare for peace, and in time of peace, you prepare for war. But gentlemen, you need to be prepared. Something is coming on the pipeline. You need to be prepared. If only you know or are aware of the wisdom and the poetry of war, you will be at a greater advantage than if you were in the dark. Excuse me. Now, gentlemen, I hope I don't sound like I'm talking over my head, but something's coming on the pipeline. Because if you know, I was born in 72, and I remember all throughout the 70s and especially the 80s, young men have been taught to be boys. Boys will be boys. Now all of a sudden, you're being strung up for being a man. I've got to wonder what that is about. First of all, you tell me, not me. I always felt something, for me, I'm extremely squeamish, so I have a serious problem with promiscuity. So that never applied with me. Never applied to me. But anyway, young men were taught to be promiscuous. Now, they're being strung up for it. And even worse, you're being told that masculinity is toxic. Now, what kind of message is that? Something is coming down the pipeline, gentlemen. And while there's peace, prepare for war, gentlemen. Find your duff in the library and start your own library on the poetry of war. Be prepared. Something's coming on the pipeline, gentlemen. That's all I can say, because that's how I see it. I could be wrong, but I feel something's coming on the pipeline because I'm trying to park. You told me I could do it, and then you turn around and claim the very behavior you told me I should indulge in is now toxic. It smells like a setup to me. So, gentlemen, please prepare yourselves. Like the French have a saying, a general can be forgiven for being defeated, but never for being surprised. Now, you can't say you weren't warned because I told you. Get no excuse, gentlemen. Find your duff in the library and start your collection and study of the poetry of war. I gave you Sun Tzu, his grandson, according to legend, the Book of Five Rings, the Hagakure. I have a lot more, but those ones stick in my mind the most. Gentlemen, be prepared. I have my umbrella. Why do I have an umbrella in my car? Because it rains. Sooner or later it's going to rain. And then what? I'm going to say, oh, I should have brought my umbrella. Nope, I have it right here. Why? Because it rains. Anyway, gents, words to the wise is sufficient. Goodbye.